Hello everyone, I'm Fun Figure Reviews. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm back at you guys with another figure review. And today I'm here reviewing Fantastic Four: The First Steps by Marvel Legends, the Thing figure, or Ben Grimm. And here he is. Quick little look, looking great. Well, he just fell over, but looking great overall. I like the shading on it. It looks pretty nice. The head sculpt looks good. The eyes look really nice. So that looks nice. I like the rock texture. I like everything about this figure, if I'm being honest. Like, it doesn't have the best articulation, but I'm gonna be honest. I still think this figure is a straight dub. You know, he doesn't come with 2 extra accessories. He comes with a pair of fisted hands, which are really well sculpted. Even this little peg is sculpted perfectly. So honestly, it's really great. All right, let's get that out of here and move on to some figure comparisons in just a bit. All right, everyone, and I'm back here with some comparisons. And first up, we're going to start off with our Marvel Legends, which will be his Fantastic Four teammates. So let's see how well he'll scale with Dr. Reed Richards. Right there. Looks like he might scale pretty well. Like, he's not significantly taller, but he's definitely taller for sure. They look pretty good, you know. Again, you know, this head sculpt looks amazing, you know, for Ben Grimm. Next up, we got our next 2 comparisons. We got Johnny Storm. Why is he looking down? All right. And let's zoom out. And there they are. And they're perfectly in scale. And honestly, Johnny and Ben look so good together. The entire team looks really good together, if I'm being honest. You know, Marvel Legends did a pretty good job with these figures overall. So that is it for the Marvel Legends comparisons. Let's move on to the Mafex comparisons real quick. So first up, we got Chun-Li and Spider-Man from the MCU. They look pretty good together. Probably won't scale too well, you know, but it's pretty close. Like, Peter Parker is not very tall, and Tom Holland himself as an actor is a pretty short guy, so you know, I think that's pretty in scale. So you can fudge them in with your MCU SH figure arts, it looks like. Now let's see. We got Venom from Mafex and Tobey Maguire from Mafex, or Spider-Man, you know. And they look pretty good together too. I don't think this sizing is correct. I think Venom should be the same size, but then again, Mafex makes figures more in line with itself, so that makes sense. Although I will be honest, I think the Tobey Maguire and the Thing in the display would actually look pretty cool together. You know, like, I know it wouldn't fit too well, but it still looks pretty cool. That's it for our comparisons. Now let's get into our articulation portion in just a bit. Alright people, welcome to the articulation portion of this video. And first up, he has a ball joint at the neck, so he can look up about that much, down about this much, side to side, all the way around. You get the gist. We've seen this a million times. He can rotate his arm all the way around. He can bring it about that much out. This is actually separate. All right, like, he has a bicep swivel right in here. No double jointed knee, or no double jointed elbow, but he does have a swivel, and this also swivels. So, like, it makes it look more organic and animating, I feel like. But you know, it doesn't do anything significant when it comes to articulation at all. If anything, it's not really anything. You know, it's just there. But I do feel like pointing it out. Next up, he has a ball joint at the upper torso, so he can move up and down, side to side, all the way around, as you can see. All right. So that's pretty good. And the range you get on this is super good. So you can get them into some pretty cool poses, if I'm being honest. One gripe with this figure, of course, is the swivel right here at the waist. I just hate that. It looks so ugly. I've said this a million times, but you know, whatever. It's still pretty cool. Like, you can fudge it and make it look somewhat organic in some poses, and some poses you can't. But it's not like the end of the world. The figure overall is still great everywhere else, right? Legs kick farther than any of the other figures in the line, right? Look at this. This is so good. At least compared to the other figures, because Johnny couldn't even kick that far, right? Like, Johnny kicked about that much. Sue really couldn't even move her leg. And Reed, let's see. Yeah, about the same as Johnny, maybe a little bit more. He actually can kick all the way, so this is amazing, you know. Definitely a step up from the other figures, by far, when it comes to how far he can kick. He can kick back about that much, you know, can't really kick back at all, if I'm being honest. He can bring his legs out. Very tight thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, right? And feet that can go up and down on a pivot. Well, not on a pivot, actually. It's on an ankle rocker. So it's pretty cool. Like, it works decent enough, you know. It's not like the best thing, but it works for what it needs to do. So overall, pretty decent. Also, the wrists are your standard Marvel Legends wrists. Like, there's nothing special there, you know. But still, you know, pretty cool. You can get them into some pretty cool poses, mostly because of this and this. All right, because of how far that kicks out. You guys would be surprised how much just a good kick out motion and articulation in the torso area can go, right? Like, you guys would be surprised how well a figure can pose with just those two things. But yeah, there we go. All right, now on to the posing portion in just a bit. Alright everyone, welcome to the posing portion of this video, and as you can see, old Ben Grimm here can pose quite nicely. I have nothing really to say too much other than posing him has been really fun for this review, and I really enjoyed it. Anyway, back to the rest of the video. Alright people, welcome back to my final review of this The Thing figure from Marvel Legends. And overall, I give it a 9.5. It's actually really, really good, and better than I was expecting it to be, if I'm being honest, considering the rest of the line had subpar like leg movement at all, and honestly most of them did not have a great ab crunch whatsoever. So the fact that this guy had an amazing ab crunch, right, like in the upper torso, and the fact that his legs actually kicked out more made him more fun to pose than the rest of the figures in the line, and that's saying a lot. So honestly, a 9.5 I feel like is fair, and also they look great together. Marvel Legends did a great job when it comes to the look of these figures. They look great. They look really close to the movie. Like, I think the closest one is Pedro Pascal or The Thing. I think the two that were kind of lacking in their like accuracy were most likely are Susan and Johnny. But I'll do that for I'll do a ranking video later. Once I review all the figures in the line. But overall, great pickups. And The Thing, I would definitely recommend you guys pick up. It's a great figure overall. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. See you guys later. Bye.